Hey there. Thanks for taking the time. I'm Stacey Nonamaker, and this is a Supporter's Toolbox. Listen, I'm not one for New Year's resolutions, but like most of you out there, I am constantly setting goals for myself. I will eat less chocolate, drink less wine, do more weight training, put my smartphone down more, read more. Sometimes I even have longer-term things I strive for, like thinking about where or who I want to be after my kids leave the nest, or what I will do when I retire. My point is, we all set goals for ourselves, both big and small. So why is it sometimes so difficult to anchor the work we do in supporting people to setting, working towards, maybe tweaking and even realizing their goals? It isn't natural, as some may argue, but goal setting, in my opinion, is a natural human experience. Goal setting is used in so many places in our world, from things like physical therapy to school and academics to getting jobs done at work. Some suggest that goal setting motivates enough to give the required effort needed, especially with things like difficult tasks. Goals are also helpful to motivate people to persist in activities over time, the things that people may struggle to see the light at the end of the tunnel, if you will. And goals direct people's attention to behaviors needed to get to the end, instead of getting distracted by those other irrelevant to the task behaviors. To me, all of these things seem pretty aligned with some struggles that we may have in working towards an outcome. And I'm going to guess that these could be relatable to some of the people you support as well. So, what should we consider in supporting people to set, work towards, and realize their goals? Well, let's start with what I consider to be the most important consideration. Research tells us that being included in developing your own goals, rather than having them set and imposed by others, is important to being engaged and motivated to work towards that goal. I mean, can you imagine if someone told you what you will be doing when you retire or what employment goals you should have for yourself? As a supporter, it is up to you to make a concerted effort to balance what is important to the person versus what is important for them. Second to engaging people to develop and set their own goals is setting realistic, functional, and meaningful goals. If you do, goal setting will be that useful tool that can be used to ignite interest in a task because, one, if a goal is deemed arbitrary or unattainable, then dissatisfaction and poor performance may result. And two, if difficult goals are set without proper quality controls, quantity may be achieved at the expense of quality. I cannot imagine if someone set a goal for me that not only was something that I was not interested in or needed to do, like riding a unicycle, but was also something that is really difficult for me. I mean, if riding a unicycle was easy, I think we would see more people doing it. I mean, you laugh, but if riding a unicycle was something that brought you joy or was something that came naturally to you, you probably have tried to convince others to do it too. You may even try to convince the person you support. Am I right? Again, we should be leaning more on the important two that I mentioned earlier, since those are the things that people are going to feel are most meaningful to them. So once you have engaged the person you support to develop realistic, meaningful goals, make sure you consider what we call Goldilocks. Is the end outcome not too difficult to achieve, but also not too easy? And can you reach the goal in the time frame established? You don't want to set something that is too far out of reach or something that takes a very long time to achieve. That's the Goldilocks. Finally, consider making the goal trackable or know if you met the goal or how close you are to meeting it. Data, data, data. For some, that may require developing something visual where progress can be tracked, like a graph or a jar that shows the closer you are to the top, the closer you are to your goal. For others, it may be innate in the goal itself, meaning if you want to read 1 book a month, it's pretty easy to tell if you're meeting that goal or not, right? So again, goals are a human experience. It keeps us motivated and on track with what we want to be doing and where we want to be. And as a supporter, it tells us where to focus our support so the person gets to their desired outcomes. Again, thanks for taking the time. I know you're busy, hoping you took one thing away that can make today a better day for the person you support. Bye now.